Adventure Pirates.
Hey, good morning.
We're back in the Jeep, so you know we are out on an adventure. And today we're on the search for air conditioning because it's really hot here in Texas, and so outdoor adventures are not going to cut it.
Yep. Some days we travel far from home, and some days we stick around close to home.
That's right. And so today we found this really cool local attraction that we didn't know about. We're going to check it out with you guys, and I think that it may be fun, especially for some of you 80s kids. So it's the National Video Game Museum. How cool is that? So not only is it like arcade type games, it's also the history of consoles and a bunch of other stuff. We're going to go check it out, see what it is. We're going to take you along, and then we're going to go maybe do some playing around this afternoon.
Let's go, Pinball Wizard.
All right, let's go.
So, Jen, what was your favorite video game growing up?
My favorite video game growing up, Miss Pac-Man is pretty awesome. And I really liked Burger Time. Do you remember that one?
I remember.
Yeah, that was fun.
I always was drawn to like Galaga.
Galaga?
Is that the right word?
Yeah, Galaga. It's pretty
like
simple.
Every grocery store had it.
Grocery store, yeah.
With a big ball.
I forgot about that, yeah.
It was always there.
Yeah.
I remember, true story, as a young kid,
Uh-huh.
like 8, 9, asking total strangers for a quarter.
Really?
My mom liked to kill me when she found out.
So you're each going to get 4 tokens for the arcade at the end, as well as the wristband.
Okay.
So you get 2, I get 6.
I don't think so.
So we made it inside, and I don't know if you noticed, but they give you 4 tokens, and apparently there's some video arcade games that you can actually play.
At the end.
So you gotta be picky and decide which way you put your money.
This section is the history of the video games from the start, the home versions.
Check this out. Check out the TV tennis.
Yeah?
I've never even seen that.
Well, that's probably before your time. Actually, I think these were like 1972, the very first ones. You can play Pong.
Does it make you feel old when you see video games that was in the museum? No.
No, not really. Because it's such a young system.
Original?
This is the one from our childhood, the earliest from ours that we were probably most associated with. And I can remember my grandmother was addicted to the Atari 2600. She would come home from work and she'd play Ms. Pac-Man so much that she had a callus in the corner of her hand from the control joystick playing Ms. Pac-Man. So.
Well, and I never had an Atari as a kid, and I was heartbroken. I never had one. Now, to be fair though, my dad, instead of getting an Atari, he brought me a television.
Yeah, which was supposedly actually the better system.
But none of the other kids had it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it may have been a better system, maybe, I don't know. But being
It wasn't the popular
I
system.
couldn't trade games with people. Nobody knew what I was talking about, you know. So it was just a little bit different.
By the time we had the Atari, just to put this in reference, is Nintendo was taking off. It was already old school by the time we had it. So that's kind of the thing, is that we were behind the curve on it because it was not our thing. But so my cousin Shane, he always had the latest game system. So when I was babysitting him, I could play his systems. Look at all the various different controllers, how they've evolved. That's pretty cool.
Okay, so
Don't touch.
it's not touch controllers, but that's probably my favorite controller because it's just simple.
It's simple,
When you
as
get-
opposed to something like this
When
one.
you get to this one, I don't have the coordination. I'm like, yeah.
And that's what makes us old. And here's a bunch more too.
Okay, so
And again.
and then so when you get like, you know, like you get frustration because you cannot beat a level.
Yeah.
This is what the controller looks like.
Portable. Oh, the Game Boy systems. Oh my gosh, I'd forgotten all about those. Do you remember seeing these? I never had one. I don't think. Well, maybe we did. We may have had one. But yeah, those are cute.
That was always the rich kid.
Oh.
I do remember this. What is it? I remember seeing this.
Merlin.
I don't
It's
remember
Merlin.
exactly what it was, but I remember the little red buttons. It's like it had a card or something. Did it have a card or something?
You know, I don't know. That was one of those rich kid things. And
So if somebody knows what Merlin is, leave a
comment
comment.
below. Tell us about it because we don't actually remember.
I just remember the red buttons.
Uh-huh. Oh, and electronic football. Now, see, I never could figure this out. My grandmother, one of my other grandmothers, had one of these at her house. It was left over from her kids, but I never could figure out what the little red dots were supposed to be. But yeah. Oh,
Check out the graphics, y'all.
it's high tech.
E.T. What are you doing?
I don't know. Oops, I fell in a hole. That's what I'm doing.
Now what do you do?
I don't know. Oh, I guess I levitate.
That is so weird. It's bad. I don't even know how to play these games.
Oh no, they stole me away. I'm in jail. Here's all the cool swag for Dragon Slayer.
In the mysterious caverns below the castle, your odyssey continues against the awesome forces that oppose your efforts to reach the Dragon Slayer. Lead on, adventurer. Your quest awaits.
Commodore 64. Look at the depth of this keyboard. Right?
Look how thick it is.
Yeah. It's crazy. And then the tape drive for it. Or the disk drive. This is a disk. You have floppy disk.
Look at this. So, enter one for one player or two. Just like, oh no, why's it not working?
I don't know.
I don't know how to use it. J for joystick. There I am. This is. Oh my gosh, this is so hard to turn. Oh, jump. You see me slide?
I did.
Did you see I got wings and flew like an angel?
An angel, yeah.
Oh no. How do you escape?
I'll just leave it for the next person. Easter egg game hunt too, that's cool. Huh. Awesome. And to tie it back to where we were just earlier this week, here's virtual reality.
Looks like almost some of this stuff is like something you would see in old Sparky.
Sometimes it's just out of order. Look at the Power Glove. Sega 3D glasses. I know this guy. Matching mustaches. Ah.
Have you seen it?
Have I seen what?
There it is. There's
There's what you had?
That's what I had.
Right there.
There. That's what I had as a kid. Probably because it was probably sold at Sears.
Probably. ColecoVision.
There.
So there's about it.
See, I'm bitter. I am bitter, yeah. Despite always ranking second to the Atari.
Offered better graphics and sound. See, I
know
told
it
you.
was better.
It was
but
better.
It's not what everybody
But it
had.
wasn't popular. And you don't care about better, you care about popular.
Ooh, look at the price.
Yeah, I mean, it was not cheap. I mean, that's, you
Yeah.
know, 1980s prices. That
Yeah.
was not cheap. Yes.
Everybody knows it's no big secret that I am not a huge gamer.
Surprise.
But the only two, I guess, well, see, everybody's had the Wii.
We had the Wii, yeah. You have a
I
PS3.
still got a PS3 that collects dust.
It lives in our house, at least.
Yeah, it's in our house. And plus the original. So I had a GameCube for a short while.
Devin had a GameCube. We had a Nintendo 64.
So I went from the PlayStation
Uh-huh.
to probably the Wii
Uh-huh.
to the PS3, and then like nothing, nothing since.
Well, I had.
Well, we had sometimes
Yeah.
we had that.
I had a Super Nintendo, and then the kids had Game Boys for sure, and we had a Nintendo 64. Devin definitely had a GameCube. We had the Game Boy Advance. We had the Game Boy Color. We had a PS2. The kids did. I mean, I made sure that, and their dad made sure that they had the latest gaming systems because, you know, we missed out on it, I guess. I don't know, but I think that he also liked to play with them. Look at this awesome mural.
Start this. Tell your kids to unplug.
Yeah.
I didn't know this even existed, y'all. I'm not a big board gamer, but can you imagine playing Tetris
Yeah.
stick by stick manually? It's like pa-doop, pa-doop.
It's pretty awesome. Look, you can play Donkey Kong, Cubert. Cubert was an awesome game. Frogger. Really? Centipede. Pole position.
I had no idea they had manual board games.
I had no idea this existed, and I don't think Devin did either.
Look at
And-
Pac-Man. It's like Wonka, 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 Wonka.
Oh, it's hilarious. How does that go again?
Wonka, Wonka,
There you
Wonka.
go. That's freaking awesome, guys.
So one of the games I remember vividly playing with the television was
Castlevania.
And it was so dark and it was like the graphics sucked and I remember it.
But you loved it, right?
And I'm not even sure this is probably not, I'm sure this is not even the same era as what I had.
Well, because it has continued. Castlevania is one of the games that has continued all these years, which is amazing. Oh, look.
I can find a representation of the original.
Look. Welcome to the 70s, guys.
Look, it's burger time.
You can sit down and play your game.
It's burger time. So we got to drop the. You have to do them in order.
No, you can build it. It's just it's hard.
Layer 2.
This is your turn.
I'm gonna drop the bun. Ooh.
Uh-oh, you're dead.
No way.
One more time. Okay, here we go.
Are you kidding? This is like being back home.
Ow.
Oh, well, did you pick hard?
No. This is easy as level 1. It's your turn.
Just like Pac-Man. Y'all come on. Follow me.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Guys, come on. This looks so much like what
Like your childhood.
our house would have looked like. Sort of. I mean, you know, within reason, but like the console TV. No, that's not me. But we definitely had that kind of frame in my house for sure. And look, this is a VHS. I remember this type with the dials and stuff. That was very early. And when your console TV broke, you didn't get rid of it. You just put another TV up on top of it.
True.
And like this would be the late 80s, early 90s bedroom.
She fit
Madonna. I love it. This is perfect. New Coke. Max headroom. Alright.
You see Gizmo?
I did see Gizmo. Uh-oh. Country boy found his game.
Don't shoot the dog.
Creation of an 80s arcade. Every mall had them, and every date that I went on between 1988 and 1991 pretty much ended up here. It was the only thing to do. I mean, it was a fairly large town because we had a mall, but it was also a small town and there wasn't a whole lot for teenagers to do. So, you know, you went to the movie, you went to the arcade, you stood around while the guy played the game, and then you went home. But, yeah, so this is pretty darn cool.
just got out of the museum there.
Yeah, the National Video Game Museum. It was amazing. Oh my gosh. Even if you only had a passing interest in video games when you were growing up, or now if you're playing home PS3s and PS4s and everything, even if you enjoy that, you're gonna love this museum. It was so cool.
Yeah, I've never been a huge gamer, and I really enjoyed it. Talking about taking you back to your childhood, definitely, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's set up so well. There's so much history in there in such a short time period. I mean, it's basically about 40 years worth of history, and it's amazing. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's crazy how much technology has changed since, you know, the 60s to where we're at now.
Right.
And,
But yeah, so we highly recommend you coming out here. It was $12 per person, so $24 for a couple to come spend the afternoon. You can stay as long as you like. You get 4 game tokens apiece to play the arcade games, but they have all the computer games and home stations, you know, the systems like PS2s and Sega and Commodore and Atari and Nintendo. All that is there, and they have games hooked up to them, so you can play those for free, included in the price to get in.
if you can figure out how to, you know,
To make them
work, which is an issue. So
Well, it's not that they're broken, it's just that you have to remember how to do it.
right, and being a lot of those I've never played on, so I'm like, what do you do? So anyway, this is in Frisco,
Frisco, Texas.
and right off the is that the Dallas North Tollway?
Dallas North Tollway,
right
yeah.
off-
And near Stone Bar Center if you come out here. Easy to look it up there on the web at the nationalvideogamemuseum.com. I think we'll link it down below, and we think you should come look at this. This was a lot of fun.